Laplace transform of a sine function, right? Laplace transform of sine omega t u of t. It's a Laplace transform of sine function omega. So what is the Laplace transform? Once again, it's a sine omega t multiplied with e raised to minus st dt. Okay, so this gives the limits of integration. This case u of t gives the limits of integration for this particular function, like integral, because this is a step function. Unit step u of t will be a unit u of t is a unit step function, and unit step function commences from t equal to 0 and extends up to infinity. In that case, when this function is multiplied, when this signal is multiplied with this one, even this signal exists from t equal to 0 to infinity. In that case, the limits of integration will be 0 to infinity. Okay, so what next is this should be converted into its Euler's identity for simplification. Integral 0 to infinity e raised to j omega t minus e raised to minus j omega t by 2j, its Euler's identity 2j, into e raised to minus st dt. Okay, so it's a constant that comes out, 1 by 2j comes out. We have integral 0 to infinity. Another simplification over here is this whole term is multiplied with this one, so these two should be multiplied with this one. So e raised to j omega t into e raised to minus st, and minus, even this should be multiplied, e raised to minus j omega t into e raised to minus st, and integrated with respect to t, so dt. Okay, so this is 1 upon 2j. Guys, watch carefully. Even in other simplification over here, taking out exponential and negative exponential as common, e raised to minus of minus is taken out as common, s, so we will be left with minus over here, j omega, and t also as common, minus of e raised to minus exponential, so minus of s, plus both the negatives has come out, s plus j omega into t dt. This whole function is integrated with respect to t. Okay, so this is what it happens, and we have further going ahead integrating the whole term, right? We have as it's like this, and e raised to minus s minus j omega t with respect to t, so this will be the variable, this will be the constant, this comes down, e raised to minus of s minus j omega into t minus of s minus j omega comes down. Okay, minus even this one, integration this one with respect to t, so this is the constant that comes down, e raised to minus of s plus j omega into t, and minus of s plus j omega comes down, and with 0 as lower limit and infinity as upper limit. So proceeding ahead, what we have is, which is equal to 1 upon 2j as it is, guys, this one. So what we have to do is plugging in the upper limit and lower limit in the place of t. So denominator we have minus of s minus j omega as it is, plugging in the upper limit, e raised to minus of s minus j omega, and t, in the place of t we have infinity, minus of e raised to minus of s minus j omega into 0 in the case of lower limit. Okay, and minus, we have minus over here, and negative minus of s plus j omega as it is in the denominator, and plugging in the upper limit and lower limit in place of t, what we have is e raised to minus of s plus j omega into infinity. For the lower limit, it's minus of e raised to minus s plus j omega into 0. So these are the limits. Plugging in the upper value, upper limit and lower limit. 1 upon 2j into denominator minus of s minus j omega, no change in that. So this entire term will be, guys, this entire term will be minus infinity, e raised to minus infinity, that results to 0, and this one negative as it is, e raised to 0, that will be 1. Okay, this entire term, this term is multiplied with infinity and we have a negative over here, so this will be negative infinity, e raised to minus infinity, that will be 0, and this entire term is multiplied with 0 and that will be 0, e raised to 0 will be 1, and we have a negative over here. Okay, so that leads to minus of s plus j omega as it is in the denominator. Once again, e raised to, this entire term will be infinity, e raised to minus infinity, that will be 0 again, e raised to, this term will be entirely 0, e raised to 0, that will be also 1. Okay, so this is the simplification over here, and here we will be cancelling the negation over here. This is minus and this minus becomes plus, and even this also becomes plus. So in that case we will be left with 1 upon 2j. Okay, 1 upon 2j, and simplifying this one, these two gets multiplied in the denominator, s minus j omega into s plus j omega. Cross multiplying this one, what we have is s plus j omega minus of s minus j omega. Okay, so we are left with that one. So 1 upon 2j as it is. Guys, a little simplification over here again, a minus b into a plus b, so that will be a square minus b square, a minus b into a plus b, that results in a square minus of j omega whole square. Okay, and in the numerator what we have is s plus j omega minus of s, this minus into minus, that will be plus j omega. Okay, so is that correct? Yeah, it is perfect. So let me continue on this side. So what we have is the Laplace transform of sine omega t u of t will be equal to 1 upon 2j as it is. So what will be left with? We are left with the, guys, minus s gets cancelled, plus j omega, that will be twice of j omega, and s square as it is, negative also as it is, and this will, because of this j square, that will be minus, we have minus 1 over there, so that will be minus omega square. Okay, so this is what we have. Something gets cancelled over here, so 2j in the denominator, 2j in the numerator gets cancelled, we will be left with omega by s square, and this negative minus into minus, that will be plus omega square. Okay, let me write more clearly, omega square. This is the Laplace transform of sine omega t. Okay, Laplace transform of sine omega t u of t. So this one is this one, and at this point another point to be remembered, that applying inverse Laplace transform on both the sides, omega by s square plus omega square, and inverse Laplace transform on either side also, as it is Laplace transform and inverse Laplace transform, this one sine omega t u of t will be, okay, this inverse and its function gets cancelled, we will be left with writing in proper order, inverse Laplace transform of omega by s square plus omega square will be leading to sine omega t u of t. Guys, these two Laplace transform of sine omega t will be equal to, Laplace transform of sine omega t will be equal to omega upon s square plus omega square, and inverse Laplace transform of omega upon s square plus omega square will be leading to sine omega t u of t. These two functions are known as a Laplace transform pair. Okay, so this is the important relationship, guys, this one. this one. Okay, so hope you find it useful. It is useful. Laplace transform basic functions. Thank you so much for your precious time. Stay home and stay safe. Thank you so much.